Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, does it get any better than that? Creating a turnover on the very first play of the game. You talk about doing this all week, and you talk about, we can beat this team. We're going to go out there and...
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. Lining up to add another. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
To the air, it's Milroe. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll try to pop the draw. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. Blasted as he lets it go. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. The give is to Miller. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They're facing a 3rd down. They'll try the jet sweep, going for the first down. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
It's so hard because when they run jet sweeps, they don't always give them the football, and then you got to worry about other stuff. But great job focusing on your keys, seeing the jet sweep, pulling the trigger, going, and getting the speedster on the ground.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. They go to the wide receiver screen. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Offense gets set for second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gators. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida 14, Alabama 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Alabama.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
7 yards on the play. Coming up, fourth down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 14.
Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, they'll go for it on 4th and a country mile. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. It's one thing not to believe in punting, but to go for it that deep in your own end and give away a 1st and goal, that's just reckless. They'll run the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Around the end, it's Johnson. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities.
It's a fake. The holder's going to try to toss it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
The give to the tailback. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
To throw, it's Milroe. He finds his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy down. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. It doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They knock him down right there.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Went to the running game on 3rd down and picked up 5, but still a couple of yards short. It's 4th and 2.
Now, 4th down.
The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. On 4th down, they'll pass for it, using his feet to buy time. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Touchdown, Alabama! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Ready to try the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. A lot of time left to line up for an onside kick. I mean, you're risking giving up really good field position. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling like that.
It's complete to the left. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Lagway. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll throw it. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Defensive coordinators draw up all these blitzes, and then you got a guy like that, and he just can roll, and he can get out of things. He's a magician, just pops out of things, makes plays. He got outside the pocket, incomplete pass, but you know what? I was still holding my breath the whole time.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And the offense stays aggressive. They're trying to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Off play action. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. They'll pass on the field goal and take another shot at the end zone before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Stopped after making the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Grab near the sticks. It's Badger. Still on his feet at the 45. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
He's going to take off. At the 20, he's got space. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. Open runway ahead. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Jet sweep to the receiver. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Tide. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. They're on it. They recover the onside. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls out.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield.
Intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's really tough. It's tough to be a DB because you can't get there too early. You can't get there too late. He gets there perfect timing and gets the deflection.
He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him.
And they got him in the end zone for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Florida 22.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Ball still spotted at the 34. It's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Throws to the wideout. Got it past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Steps away to find some room. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. One more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. He breaks a tackle. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick completion to the right. Touchdown Gators! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency now.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together.
The expressway is wide open. Running inside the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
This is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for two regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
He'll come out throwing on first down. They're working that left side. He's brought down solid. Pick up a little bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Grab near the marker. It's Badger. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, 1 possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him.
Let's see what they've got on second down. The handoff to Johnson. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Lets it fly. And he reels it in for a touchdown, and that just might seal it. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. It's a fake. Holder looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the three phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to win.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape,
Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Hurricanes will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. First down here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Sanders. Finds his tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. And the crowd starting to rise up on this early 3rd and 10. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Buffaloes will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the offense on first down. Here's the give off the left side.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Martinez. At the 40. There he goes. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Listen, we all want to get to the quarterback and get sacks, but when you realize the quarterback's going to throw the football right away, you just try to get your hands in the air, get a deflection, make him throw around you. Great job by the defensive end.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. Back to throw, it's Ward. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, going up top. Using the quick game. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Offense facing fourth down. That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Finds the tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
Does this head coach not believe in punting? Does he think punting's against the rules? Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get it on the ground. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. And the Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. Right back to the well.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Horn. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking left. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They punted on their first drive of the game, and now they have to convert on 3rd down to avoid doing it again. Leaves it with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Looking deep down the right side. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
They'll turn to Martinez. Open space at the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Ward. Finds us back in the middle. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He's got it for the 2-point conversion, and they're up 8-zip. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone. It's Horn. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man, it's Sanders. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Buffaloes will